It's lots of reaction today to Governor Phil Scott's proposal to make big changes to the education funding plan and the structure of the public school system across the entire state. NBC5's Stephen Biddix joins us now from the newsroom. Stephen, superintendents met all day with the interim Secretary of Education. We're talking about some major changes with how the whole system would look like.
Yes, Brian, under this proposal, there would be only 5 superintendents statewide, so there would be lots of change at the administrative level. But district leaders I spoke with today say they're not necessarily worried about losing their jobs because this proposed structure would require other supervisor roles they could then move into. One of the reasons they don't think this redistricting is going to save that much money in the grand scheme of things.
We're going to approach the plan with curiosity.
Under Governor Scott's new proposal for education funding, Vermont's system would see a complete overhaul.
It was actually a more bold proposal than I thought it was going to be. Doesn't mean that it's bad, but it was more bold.
Some are concerned with moving Vermont to a foundation formula where the state gives a base amount to schools to work with and students with special circumstances would be weighted.
We have local school boards who make hard decisions every year about their budgets, but they build budgets that are designed to meet the needs of their students.
While others with experience with the formula in other states say it works, they're questioning, is it too much to totally switch the funding formula while redistricting at the same time?
A foundation formula could be proposed without the radical transformation to redistricting. And so I think that that's something that needs to be discussed and modeled. I don't think that we need to jump right to, this is a crisis. We need to completely upend every part of our education system.
Ryan Harity, the superintendent of the Lamoille South Supervisory Union, understands something needs to be done to ease the property tax burden and is supportive of changes. But he just worries about repeating the past again and doesn't understand how redistricting will provide that much financial relief.
The track record in Vermont around legislation, when we think about Act 46, Act 77, proficiency-based learning, when we think about Act 173, special education, and most recently Act 127, which was about equity, none of those pieces of legislation have delivered on their policy goals.
It's still important to note this all must go through the legislative process and none of it is set in stone. The more detailed numbers like how much schools would be given from the state and other big numbers are expected to be released in Scott's budget address on Tuesday and throughout the coming weeks. Live in the newsroom, Stephen Biddix, NBC5 News.